Advanced usage of the FT's website. So this is the Financial Times website, and it is a website, and it's like many other newspaper websites, but it has a fair bit more available to you in it than just a straightforward news website, and it's that what I want to concentrate on today. So once you've registered for the FT website using your Goldsmiths email address, you will then have your own area of the website. So if I click there where it says My FT, and you can follow certain topics if you want to. So for example, over here you've got an option to manage topics, and you can add topics that you want to follow. You can also search for keywords or a company name, e.g. this one here for Tesco PLC. You could search for a company name, and then you could set up an alert so that you're alerted every time there's new information about that company. That's available to you there. That's under Manage Topics. But throughout the website, you can often add a topic to your own personal area of the website here. There are also newsletters. So if I click there where it says newsletters in your MyFT area, you can choose to subscribe to certain pre-organized newsletters. I subscribe to the Business School weekly newsletter and the daily morning headlines, but there are many other newsletters that you could subscribe to there, and they'll just be emailed to your Goldsmiths email address when they're scheduled to be emailed. So that's your MyFT area. As well as that, if I go back to the home page here, I just want to point out a couple of other things that are particularly useful on the FT website. If I click this menu button here, one thing that it has available to you are these special reports, and you wouldn't necessarily find them just by searching within the website. But if I click here where it says special reports, these are in-depth reports written on a whole variety of topics. So here it says various countries around the world, as well as industries from tech to luxury, and themes ranging from workplace health to entrepreneurship. And there are many of these special reports that are produced regularly, and there's a big archive of them as well. And some of them are often very interesting. So this is the special reports area. You can also see what are the upcoming special reports that they're going to write. So that's the special reports area, very useful. If I click that menu button again, one other thing I want to point out is you can see the actual facsimile of the newspaper today if you want to. So if I click there, it will take me through to the actual newspaper. If I click there where it says UK edition, it will take me through to the today's newspaper, so I can read that online if I want to and scroll through the pages. Alternatively, as well as having today's newspaper, the facsimile of it, if I click there where it says archive, you can see an archive of about 15 years worth of FT newspapers. So that's really useful to you there. So I'm going to click back home, and I'll go back to the home page. Those are two really important things that you wouldn't necessarily know about the FT website. One final thing that I want to point out is the area, the markets area. There's a lot of kind of financial information available to you in the FT website, and if I select markets, it covers various things, equities, currencies, and so on. But there's also a section called markets data. I select there where it says markets data, and it takes you through. You can look up a company if you want to. It says search securities, so it will only be listed companies listed on some stock exchange somewhere. But I'm going to look up Tesco, Tesco PLC. That's listed on the London Stock Exchange there, and I'm going to select that there, and it will give me a decent report of the company, information, articles there, but also information, financial information about the company, their annual reports and so on, all sorts of information about the company. You can look up other companies there, listed companies as I say, and there's all sorts of extra information available to you there. You can look at their share price graph and so on. So it's a really useful source to come to access information about individual companies, and that's under markets and then markets data. And then we just searched within markets data for a security, i.e. a share, and we were searching for the Tesco share on the London Stock Exchange in that instance. There is also a data archive, and if I click there where it says data archive, the Financial Times every day publishes huge pages full of data, and this is a massive archive of those pages of data. And so you've got things like this: UK company results, commodities prices, world markets at a glance, managed funds, all these different things, UK company results. These are kind of published regularly on the FT, and they have been for many years. And you can narrow down your results to a time, a long time ago. I think it goes back as far as 8 years, and you can see these kind of reports. So if I looked at, for example, one of today's ones, I'll just click there, and you just get a big page of data. But this is a big archive available to you through the data archive, which itself is tucked away under markets, and then under markets data, and then there it is under the data archive. So these are some specialist things that are available to you in the FT website, above and beyond the actual news articles themselves on the website.